June of 1962, three men escaped Alcatraz jail. Frank Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin. Okay, so what's crazy is the three people that notoriously escaped the most secure prison in America have never definitively been found. Whilst official investigations concluded that they likely drowned in the frigid waters of San Francisco Bay, no bodies were ever recovered and the case remains officially open. Now, in 1963, exactly a year later, when them three people went missing from Alcatraz jail, they closed the whole operation down. The prison was closed due to high operation costs and difficulty of maintaining the facility, but maybe there's a deeper reason. But just before we get deeper into this theory, let me show you a clip from Donald Trump where he was recently opening back up Alcatraz jail, and he said something very specific that I want to show you.
It housed the most violent criminals in the world, and nobody ever escaped. One person almost got there, but they, as you know the story, they found his clothing rather badly ripped up. And it was a lot of shark bites, a lot of problems. Nobody's ever escaped from Alcatraz, and just represented something.
Nobody's ever escaped from Alcatraz, but what about these three people that have never been found from escaping from Alcatraz jail? Okay, so this is where the real theory kicks in. So if Donald Trump is claiming that no one has ever escaped from Alcatraz jail, yet these three people are famous for escaping Alcatraz jail, then maybe Donald Trump was telling us truth in plain sight. Because what's crazy is, in 1962, when these three people went missing, 7 years later, these three people with the exact symmetrical faces turned up out of nowhere on the world stage, ready to lie to the world about going to the moon. I mean, come on, are you actually going to deny the physical resemblance between the Alcatraz jail escapees and the Apollo astronauts? It's absolutely uncanny. They've got the same bone structure, the same era of time, and the same type of silence. Just think about it, you know, three men escaped the most secure prison on Earth, vanished without a trace, and then magically, the government parades three new national heroes in front of the entire world to stage mankind's greatest ever achievement, the moon landings. You see, they didn't just escape from Alcatraz jail, they escaped into history. And who would make the perfect candidates to play astronauts in a massive government hoax? Trained, disciplined, obedient, isolated, and with everything to gain if they stay silent. You know, and as Alcatraz shuts in 1963, NASA Apollo's program ramped up in 1964. The timing isn't a coincidence, it's just choreography. You know, they told us that three men broke away from prison, but maybe what really broke free was the narrative itself. And if you think this is crazy, just remember that the last people to ever see these prisoners alive were federal agents. And the first people to introduce these astronauts to the world were also federal agents. Different story, same script. But obviously, who am I? I'm just a random guy on the internet, and this is all just for entertainment, and I'm as fictional as a dinosaur, baby.